Hi guys. I woke up like this. I forgot to wash my makeup off last night. I was so tired. And this side of my hair curled a little more than this side and I didn't touch it up. So I'm just organizing right now. This is a totally not operational system here. So I'm going to use one of these. This is from the Dollar Tree. It's an emptied like cotton swabs and what do you call it? Cotton pads and things. I'm going to put some of the googly eyes in there, some of the bigger things in there, so that if it ever spills out, or I don't know, I guess maybe I could take like craft tweezers and reach down in if it was hard to pull them out. But my system is not functional at this point, so I'd like to get it functional, and I'd like to use these containers for smaller things like the little letter beads. So now that I'm recording, I kind of forgot what I wanted to talk about because there's a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. One of the things is I want to talk about my new plan for feeling better and looking better, because the last few days I've just been feeling like I'm almost at my worst kind of shape and health in a long, long time. And so I decided I would dust off my juicer, wash it off, make sure it still works, and that I would start juicing, because like 2 weeks ago I told you guys I was going to start juicing again and I didn't do it. Excuse me. So I made apple carrot spinach juice last night and it was wonderful. I drank one tall glass, and immediately I had a little bit of a stomach ache. I don't know if it was also I took an herb, so I don't know if that had something to do with it, but within a little while I did start feeling better and I felt cleaner. I was able to kind of not really clean out, like I'm not doing a cleanse or anything, and I wasn't looking for a diuretic response, but it did help. I'll just say that much. I have nothing to hide. So, okay, now I know the direction this video is going to take. I'm going to tell you all, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm putting these little alphabet beads into these containers here. I'm going to tell you what and I don't want this to come across as complaining. I'm just going to be candid with you and tell you the kind of, like, the physical situation that I face every day. When I wake up in the morning, every day I have asthma, so that's the first thing I notice, is that I have asthma. I don't usually get headaches. Usually, if I get any headaches in a year, I'm getting between 1 and 4 headaches a year. I've already had 2 headaches this month, so I can tell that I'm stressed out. I can tell that I'm run down. Then, so as I'm going about doing any task, if I'm bending down and straightening back up, like say there's a load of laundry in the dryer overnight or whatever, or that I didn't take out last night before I went to bed, see, I'm already out of breath because it's time to take my inhaler and I forgot to. I get really winded really quickly. And part of that is because my lungs and my heart are stressed out. And part of that is because my blood pressure is a little bit on the high side. Not on the high side, but it's a little higher than it should be. I'm not on medication yet, and I don't plan to be, so just knowing that it's higher is giving me the impetus, is that the right word, to bring it down. Oh, yeah. See, this is just not a functional situation here. Way too many googly eyes and too many little containers of googly eyes. So I'm pulling out the large ones and putting them in a different thing, and gonna reduce the amount of these small containers that I have. So, and all these containers are from the Dollar Tree, by the way. So, I don't plan on letting my health get so severe that I need to get on blood pressure medication. I know that's a possibility, and I know I need to be really careful. So I'm going to be really careful, and I'm going to start. I actually started last Tuesday exercising a little bit. I'm going to get my inhaler just a second. That's much better. I remember in church growing up, there was this lady who she would always have really great comments to share in Sunday school. And she always would, like when she would talk and talk and talk until she would run out of breath, kind of like what I think I do. And then she would take a really deep breath in, and you could hear like her wheezing almost, like when she would take a breath in. And I can tell I've been doing that in my videos. And it scares me, and I don't want that kind of health, so I'm trying to make sure I take care of it and don't put it off anymore. I made this drink. It's going to kind of look gross to you, but this is called Golden Milk. It is coconut milk, and then a turmeric paste, and so like if you Google the recipe Golden Milk, you'll see what it is. But it is for inflammation and for like immune boosting or something. Anyway, I do like the taste of it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I'm planning on drinking 1 cup of that stuff every day. And so that should help with inflammation. And then, like, I've just been feeling more bloated than ever before since the last 4 years. I guess since the last 3.5 years, I've been feeling really, really bloated in the last week. And part of it, I think, is, okay, so besides that, when I get up in the morning, usually constipated, I'll just be candid with you guys. I don't really have anything to hide. And I know that a lot of people go through this kind of stuff. So So there's like no urge to use the bathroom first thing in the morning, although I wish there were. If you know what's her name? Cameron Diaz, the actress. She wrote a book. You can't miss it. She's not very much clothed on the front of the book. But she went on Dr. Oz, is it? And the segment was about being able to use the bathroom and have a bowel movement in the morning, like first thing when you wake up. And so she recommended that you drink a whole 16.9 ounce bottle of water, room temperature water, every single morning when you first wake up. Like, don't even stretch and get the blood flowing through your limbs. Just get up and drink that water. Drink the whole entire thing. No. Okay, sorry. This is what she said. She said you get out of bed and brush your teeth first because you don't want to drink anything from the bacteria and like detoxification process that your body's been doing all night. So you brush your teeth first, and then before you've moved around too much, you drink that water. And then she said those two things should help you have a bowel movement pretty fast within the first 10 minutes of being awake. So I don't know if she studied this or if this is her own personal belief. I did not read her book. I checked it out once or maybe looked at it at the library. Can't remember. But then the segment on Dr. Oz, I'm sure it's on YouTube. They had everybody in the audience form with clay what their last bowel movement stool looked like. And they showed on the big screen on the projector what the possibilities were. And one of them was well formed and one of them was like not well formed, and like we all know exactly what they probably showed. But if you're curious to find out about that kind of stuff and like see where your bowel health is, maybe check out that segment. So anyway, I have a problem. I don't go first thing in the morning. And so I need to take something or eat something with fiber. I need to take a diuretic or eat a grapefruit or drink fresh juice with apples or fiber in it to be able to get things moving, or there's like senna tea that you can take. Wow, these are almost gonna fit. And then still, it doesn't still produce like it does. It doesn't have the desired effect right away. So I know that there's a lot of things that need to change in the way that I eat and in my metabolism, in like just drinking water. I know that there's so many things that need to change in my health, and it's kind of scary, but it's also like kind of an exciting challenge at the same time to see how much I can improve. So besides that, what I should be, I have not been doing the water thing, like getting up first thing and drinking water, but I should be, but I haven't. Is what is it? I take my thyroid medicine, so I take a synthetic thyroid pill. I take Synthroid, and before that I was on Nature-Throid, but the manufacturer stopped providing it. So I did better on Nature-Throid than I do on Synthroid. I've tried Armor and it was terrible. Levothyroxine has been kind of okay, just depending on when I've tried it, but it's not that great for me. And I wanted to try Westhroid or WP-Throid, but I have never gotten to try those. I wanted to try an NP-Throid. I don't know if that's the same as Nature-Throid. Anyway, there's all these different brands. And I want to go back to Nature-Throid, but the pharmacies around here do not have the strength that I need, the dose I need. And I don't want to get back on it and feel great only to have to switch again. So right now, basically, because I have no choice, I'm on a medicine that isn't really helping me, isn't doing anything for me. So I've got that all full of googly eyes now. That's still not a functional package, but it's better than having them all over the place. And so what happens is I have the underactive thyroid, and so I'm sluggish and I get cold really easily. I don't sleep very well. And I also have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where that's an autoimmune disease, and it masks a lot of the symptoms of depression. I think there were only 2 symptoms when I looked at them side by side that Hashimoto's thyroiditis doesn't produce. So one of those, I can't remember the second one, but one of those was the desire to commit suicide. I've never wanted to commit suicide. I've never entertained those thoughts. That's not true. I did a long time ago before I left my marriage. I did a long time ago before I had my babies. So, which is sad, because now if I didn't have babies and I was in a marriage, I would just get out of it without feeling like I'm going to kill myself to get out of it. There's no way. So this is all over the place, and I want to end it pretty soon, but like the video, speaking of. And so with the thyroid disorder and the autoimmune disease, there are a whole bunch of things I cannot eat. So I am not supposed to have wheat. I'm not supposed to have grain. I'm not supposed to have dairy. I'm not supposed to have the nightshades, like I'm not supposed to have tomatoes or eggplant. I'm not supposed to have broccoli or cauliflower or cabbage or broccoli. What else? Brussels sprouts. Not supposed to have almonds. Can't remember what. There's a bunch. So I was thinking I might do an elimination diet, but I can't stand the thought of that. So what I'm going to do is, even though my body would probably be really happy if I did an elimination diet, I'm just going to incorporate juice, so fresh juice, apple carrot or apple carrot celery or apple carrot spinach into my diet every day. And I'll of course add other things, like cilantro is really, really yummy in fresh juice. Beets really yummy in fresh juice. Sometimes a lemon, a little bit of ginger. So those things taste really good. I do enjoy them. I like collard greens. I like kale in my juice. Anyway, so I'm going to be juicing every day, at least 2 tall glasses to start with every day. I'm also going to be having 1 smoothie every day, and then I'm going to try to do as much raw and fresh snacks. So that would be nuts and seeds and greens and fruit, but I'm going to try to do the low glycemic fruits more. So even though I will still use apples, there's a lot of sugar in an apple, and I'll probably use like half a frozen banana in my smoothie every day, but more than that is too much sugar for me. I don't have diabetes yet, and I don't plan on getting it, but you never know. I could be on the way there, and that's scary to me, so I want to try to avoid it. And then I believe that I should be eating avocado and coconut for fats. I'm allergic to most nuts. I can have peanuts. I used to be allergic to them. But I'm not supposed to have almonds. However, I'm going to have almond butter, not almond butter. Is that what it's called? Almond butter? Peanut butter? Yeah, almond butter. I'm going to have that in place of peanut butter 1 to 3 times a week. I think it's considered safe to have almonds when you have Hashimoto's and an enlarged thyroid like mine right here. It's enlarged. I don't know if you can, I'm sure you can see it. There's no nodules in it yet. There's no nodes in it. But so those are the things that I deal with every day, not counting the heavy bleeding and the excessive bleeding, like the lengthy bleeding that I do on my cycle. Let's see, I experience hair loss, but not a ton. I have a lot of hair, but it's very fine. Like I'm not going bald. I've always had this hairline, like I've always felt like I have to have bangs down on my forehead to make me look better, to make me feel more comfortable. Let's see, is there anything else that I'm dealing with? Yes, the sleep. Since about January 2015, I think that's when it started, I have been waking up in a panic attack, just straight from sleeping. I wake up gasping for air. So I think I have sleep apnea, and I haven't been tested for it yet. But also I'll be falling asleep, and then I will just have this feeling that suddenly I've died in my sleep. Now, so it happened in January 2015, and then it didn't happen again until May 2015. And then it didn't happen again until October that year. 2016 it happened a few more times, and then in 2017 it went to about 3 times a week. But sometimes I would get a break of 1 to 2 weeks where it wouldn't happen at all. And then this year, 2018, we're only in March, it's happening almost every single night now. I can't remember the last night it did not happen. And it happened several times. So you can imagine, probably, I am scared to go to sleep. I'm scared to, I don't like nighttime. The only thing I like about nighttime is knowing that I don't have to be on my phone unless I want to be, and having it quiet. That's the only thing I like. It's not that I love quiet, but I like knowing that I don't have to be anywhere, and there's not really a whole lot I have to get done unless I want to. But the nighttime is not an inviting, happy time for me. So I have discussed it with my doctor a little bit. I'm going back for a follow-up, and hopefully I can find out if my insurance is going to cover a sleep study. So I would do a sleep study some weekend when my kids are with their dad, so that I can focus on that. I don't want to sleep with a CPAP machine. I don't know how many of you might be doing that. I hear that it's noisy and distracting, and that it wakes you up just as much as waking up finding that you're not breathing. But besides that, I'm having panic attacks. And I don't want a habit-forming medicine. I don't want a dependent medicine. So I do take a low-dose anxiety medicine that's not habit-forming, but I don't take it often. I'm supposed to be able to take it 2 times a day, and I probably don't even take it 5 times a month. I probably don't even take it even 3 times a month. So I think I should start taking that medicine up to 2 times a day and see if it helps at all. Then I went to therapy, and I found a therapist, and long story short, after 3 visits, I decided he's not the therapist for me. I think I need to follow my heart or my gut, my instincts, and I need to go find a woman therapist, somebody who I won't have to explain myself to as much, because this guy just did not seem to get me at all. And I left his office feeling shamed, and I left his office feeling really uncomfortable, so I know that that's not the place for me. And we didn't even dive into my issues yet. That was just him completely misunderstanding me. And he almost accused me of something, of being very selfish. And I said, that's not what I'm saying at all. The issue was, I told him that I'm very indecisive and it's hard for me to make a decision on anything that really matters. Sometimes it's hard for me to make a decision. And so rather than make a decision between two things that I feel like could be equally serious or important, I would rather not make a decision at all, and that can put me in a lot of trouble. So I told him that I don't like asking people for help, but when people offer, if I'm going to humble myself enough to take them up on their gracious offer or accept their help, and then they don't come through, especially when someone has offered something very specific, then it's disappointing. And when I said that, I said it makes it hard to trust people, because first of all, it's been a great barrier or a great hurdle for me to jump over in order to be able to take someone up on their offer. And not only does it bless your life when you let someone help you, but it blesses their life too, because you're letting them take part in service. You're blessing them because they're able to serve somebody. They're able to serve you and give of themselves and share their life and do something good. So always telling someone, no, that's okay, I don't need anything, when they say, how can I help you? You might want to rethink it. I am rethinking it, but it's very hard. Like if I have something really, really heavy and someone is like, can I help you with that? My instinct is to say no. Or if I have something heavy and also trying to open the door and someone's like, oh, let me get that door for you. My instinct is to say, that's okay, I got it. It's actually kind to let that person open the door for you. It's kind of you to let them serve. They're not opening their mouth to say, let me help you, because they don't want to. Maybe they don't want to, but they feel like they should. And we should let them help us. So I was telling this therapist that it is very hard for me to let someone help me, but when they say specifically something that they know that they can do to help me, like they have a resource, and I humble myself enough to accept it and trust it and take them up on it, and then they don't do it, then it makes me feel like I can't trust them anymore. And instead of him acting like he understood what I was saying, he said, oh, so you don't want anybody's help, and then when you get someone's help, you want them to make all your decisions for you, and then when they make the decision you don't want, you're not happy. If they don't give you the answer or the information you want, you're not happy. So that's what he took from all of that. I feel like I want to cry right now just telling you about it, because it was so frustrating. And I felt like I had to spend so much time of our 40-something minute session backpedaling, or not backpedaling, like further explaining myself. And I just felt like he just made me feel guilty. But I didn't feel guilty like, yes, that's what I've been doing. You've caught me. You found me out. It was more, I'm like, that's not what I'm saying at all. Am I come across to you the same way I came across to him? I'd like to know, because it was just so baffling to me. I was trying to say, I try to be independent. I try to do things without getting people's help. And it is hard for me to make a decision. I didn't come in here to ask you to make my decisions for me. That's what I told him. But he took it as I came in there wanting him to make all my decisions, wanting me to tell me what to do. And then if I didn't like what he told me, then I wasn't going to be happy. So I'm not going back to him. I have 48 hours before my next appointment. I'm going to be canceling that, but I want to get another appointment in place first, because I'm afraid that I'm going to let myself just sit on this, that I'll cancel the appointment, but that I won't make another appointment with anybody else. there's a lot to do. I have a lot to get done. There's a lot I need to make happen. There's a lot I need to accomplish. And I have 2 amazing kids counting on me. And I need to be as solid and strong as I possibly can be. So I just feel like all the stuff I just shared with you, I feel like it's too much. I feel like there's the mental, there's the emotional, there's the physical, somewhat there's the spiritual, because sometimes when I'm having panic attacks and I think I'm dying in my sleep multiple times a night, I feel like I'm afraid of God. I feel like he's trying to take me and like dragging me and pulling me, but I don't feel like he would do that. I feel like if it was his time, if it was time for him to take me, I don't think he would do it in a way that terrorizes me, in a way that traumatizes me. I don't feel like that's how he would do it, because I feel like he's loving and he knows how I feel. He knows I'm afraid of sleeping. So I want to know why this is happening. I want to know why this is happening. And my kids aren't grown yet, and I want to be present. And I want to have memories, and I want to not have the foggy brain the brain fog that goes with Hashimoto's. I want to be aware of things. I want to remember things. So that's what I deal with every day. I'm not trying to complain, and I'm not asking for sympathy, I promise. I'm just sharing a big look into my life. And that is about all I have to say. This was going to be a 10-minute video. Let me remember to take my vitamins here. So, have you guys ever had that where you are scared to fall asleep? Where you're afraid that you're going to die in your sleep? And how many of you have sleep apnea, and how many of you use the CPAP machine, whatever it's called? I don't know, I kind of want to know that I'm not alone. So thanks for coming by on this nice Monday morning. It was super sunny, and now it's getting really overcast. And I have a lot of things I need to get done today, so I just wanted to make a video because I don't know the next video I'm going to post. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I just wanted to share some of this information so you guys kind of know the person that you're listening to when you come watch my channel. I promise you that I'm not all seriousness. I promise you I'm not all tears. I think I've probably cried a handful of times on my channel now. You guys have been very kind and very sweet and understanding. It seems like in your comments, I'm not getting judgment or cruelty. And thank you for that. I appreciate you. I will see you soon, and we'll talk. Bye.